12 Reasons Why Men Cheat. One of the most devastating experiences for couples is encountering infidelity. A common question that arises is, why did it happen? Often, the individual who engaged in infidelity themselves may not have a clear answer. Many individuals seek to understand this to prevent it from occurring again in the future. Through my observations, I've noticed that the inclination to cheat varies along a continuum or sliding scale. At one end are those who would never entertain the idea of cheating, regardless of circumstances. At the opposite end are individuals who may be inclined to cheat even in the most fulfilling relationships. Between these extremes lie those who aspire to remain faithful but might be susceptible under certain conditions. It's essential to ascertain where your partner falls on this spectrum. In this video, I'll concentrate primarily on exploring reasons why men might engage in infidelity. However, it's crucial to acknowledge that this issue affects individuals of all genders. Here, I've compiled a list of reasons based on my professional experience that shed light on the motivations behind infidelity. It's worth noting that many people may identify with multiple reasons, and these factors can often intersect with one another. Here are 12 reasons why men cheat. 1. The relationship is struggling. This scenario is perhaps the most apparent. The relationship is in turmoil, there's a palpable lack of connection, and the couple may be staying together solely for the sake of their children or out of convenience. In many cases, the physical intimacy has dwindled. Often, individuals who engage in infidelity within such strained relationships struggle to express their emotions openly. They may have attempted to communicate their feelings but felt unheard by their partner. Consequently, cheating can become a misguided outlet for their frustrations or anger. When individuals find themselves lacking intimacy in their relationship, encountering someone like Sally or Sam from work who suddenly shows genuine interest can feel like a lifeline in a desert of emotional drought. Sometimes, infidelity serves as a means of coping with the despair of a failing relationship. It can be a maladaptive response to emotional pain, used either consciously or subconsciously as a desperate bid to either address their unmet needs or provoke a reaction from their partner. However, it's crucial to recognize that resorting to infidelity to cope with relationship issues is fundamentally unhealthy. My approach typically involves helping the cheating partner explore more constructive ways of addressing their emotional wounds. I often strive to guide them towards understanding that infidelity only exacerbates the existing problems in the relationship, perpetuating a destructive cycle. It's essential for them to recognize this pattern and commit to breaking free from destructive behaviors. Ultimately, the goal is to encourage personal growth even amidst adversity, steering them towards healthier means of coping with negative emotions. 2. Modeling from parents. Our parents serve as our life guides, imprinting us with powerful messages during our formative years that shape our beliefs and behaviors for a lifetime. Witnessing these messages exemplified through their actions leaves an indelible mark, whether positive or negative, such as instances of infidelity. I've observed that this influence is particularly potent when it comes to the same-sex parents' behavior in relationships. For instance, if a male child observes his father engaging in infidelity or a female child witnesses her mother's infidelity, it can profoundly impact their perceptions of relationships, coping mechanisms, and conflict resolution strategies. The act of a parent cheating often conveys powerful messages to their children about the opposite sex. For instance, it may instill beliefs such as, women cannot be trusted, monogamous relationships are dull and lifeless, a man who respects his partner is weak, or pursue personal gratification because eventually, your partner will exploit you. In many cases, individuals may not even realize the extent to which these perceptions influence their attitudes towards the opposite sex. This underscores the importance of self-reflection for individuals who engage in infidelity, enabling them to grasp how their ingrained views of the opposite sex shape their behavior. 3. Anger with opposite sex parent. Once more, your relationship with your opposite-sex parent serves as a lens through which you perceive the world. This dynamic reflects your understanding of men or women as a whole. For example, if you, as a man, have a strained relationship with your mother, it's likely that you'll harbor subconscious, or conscious, sentiments towards women in general. The complexity arises when an individual harbors distrust towards women yet desires the companionship and benefits of a romantic relationship. This inner conflict manifests subtly in various aspects of life. For instance, a man may struggle to place full trust in women if his mother failed to fulfill her promises or neglected him. Consequently, he may withhold parts of himself from his partner, reserving them for other women. Similarly, if a man felt controlled by his mother, he might adopt a need to assert dominance and control in relationships. One manifestation of this control may be withholding emotional investment from a single partner and seeking gratification elsewhere, potentially through infidelity. 4. Trauma or hurt from a previous relationship. I've encountered numerous cases where seemingly affectionate men deeply love their partners yet engage in repetitive infidelity. Upon closer examination, it often emerges that they were profoundly committed to their previous spouse and invested their entire being into that relationship. However, their world was shattered when their former partner cheated on them. This betrayal inflicted deep emotional wounds on these men, prompting them to erect barriers around their hearts to shield themselves from further pain. To safeguard against vulnerability, they surrounded themselves with other women, ensuring they were never left exposed again. Many times, these men avoid confronting their painful emotions, preferring to bury them deep within and carry on with their lives. It's only when these suppressed feelings manifest in behaviors like infidelity that they seek therapy. In therapy, they are provided with a safe space to confront and process these lingering emotions, facilitating healing. Through this healing process, they can rewrite their narrative with their current partner, freeing themselves from the burden of reliving past traumas repeatedly. 5. Sex addiction. Sex addiction refers to an uncontrollable compulsion involving excessive sexual thoughts, desires, urges, or behaviors that result in distress and harm to various aspects of one's life, including relationships and finances. This condition, also known as hypersexuality or compulsive sexual behavior, can manifest in various forms and is often rooted in early exposure to pornography or other sexual stimuli. As individuals become increasingly engulfed in their addiction, they may find themselves seeking more extreme forms of gratification, such as frequenting massage parlors, engaging with prostitutes, or pursuing multiple extramarital affairs. For some, a porn addiction can escalate into fantasies involving sexual encounters with other individuals. In my perspective, sex addiction, like any addiction, originates from a place of inner turmoil and pain. The addictive behavior serves as a temporary escape or coping mechanism to alleviate this emotional distress. This creates a reinforcing cycle for individuals struggling with depression or trauma. Acknowledging and accepting one's sex addiction is a crucial step towards recovery. Those grappling with this issue often require specialized treatment tailored to address the underlying causes and triggers of their addiction. I frequently advise my clients that while weekly couples therapy can be beneficial for many issues, those unable to cease their extramarital affairs or control their sexual compulsions may necessitate more intensive interventions specifically targeting chronic infidelity and sex addiction. 6. The thrill of the chase. The thrill of pursuing a partner, experiencing the highs of being desired, or engaging in the pursuit can indeed be immensely exhilarating. However, once a relationship is established and settles into a routine, the initial excitement inevitably wanes as the bond between partners deepens. Familiarity sets in, and the initial spark fades. For some individuals, the longing to feel desired and the excitement of the chase become deeply missed aspects of their lives. They may question whether they still possess the allure that once captivated others and seek validation to reaffirm their attractiveness. In many cases, these individuals harbor underlying insecurities regarding their physical appeal, or their self-identity is closely tied to their desirability by others, making them yearn for attention as a measure of self-worth. It is crucial in such situations to maintain realistic expectations regarding long-term relationships, understanding that the initial infatuation phase naturally evolves as the relationship progresses, a transition that should be embraced rather than feared. Moreover, it's essential for partners to actively cultivate growth together, engaging in shared experiences that reignite the sense of excitement and connection. Additionally, demonstrating mutual attraction and appreciation for each other's allure plays a vital role in sustaining a fulfilling and dynamic relationship. 7. Narcissism. Encountering individuals with narcissistic traits is something I encounter occasionally, and I'm relieved to find it's more of an exception than the norm. In my experience, working with narcissists is exceedingly challenging. By their very nature, narcissists lack empathy and tend to exploit their partners for personal gain. Their concern for their partner's feelings is typically limited to how it serves their own desires or objectives. Consequently, narcissists may engage in infidelity without hesitation if it aligns with their needs, displaying a profound disregard for the consequences of their actions. This makes them particularly dangerous as cheaters, as they often exhibit a lack of remorse for their behavior. I firmly believe that narcissism exists on a spectrum, suggesting that some individuals with narcissistic tendencies may be amenable to change with appropriate intervention. However, those situated at the extreme end of the spectrum are unlikely to undergo meaningful transformation. 8. The correlation between biological factors, power, thrill-seeking and cheating. Individuals who excel in their pursuits and thrive on conquests often achieve significant success in various aspects of life. Having conquered career milestones, the desire to conquer romantic pursuits may naturally follow suit, providing them with a sense of fulfillment. Those in positions of power, such as sports figures and politicians, often have access to individuals who are willing to engage in extramarital affairs. Additionally, they may encounter individuals willing to exchange favors for their own gain. In a revealing moment, former President Bill Clinton candidly responded to an interviewer's question about his affair with Monica Lewinsky, stating, "Because I could." His position of authority afforded him opportunities for such indiscretions, with many individuals willing to engage with him romantically. Research indicates a correlation between higher testosterone levels in men and increased likelihood of engaging in infidelity. Men with elevated testosterone levels also tend to exhibit more risk-taking behavior and actively pursue positions of power. Therefore, the accessibility of romantic partners to men in positions of authority, coupled with the hormonal makeup predisposing men to seek power, may contribute to the correlation between power and infidelity. At a biological level, individuals predisposed to infidelity may experience heightened levels of pleasure-inducing chemicals such as dopamine, vasopressin, and oxytocin. Additionally, those with extroverted personalities may be more inclined to seek out new social connections, potentially increasing the likelihood of engaging in extramarital affairs. 9. A desire to explore other suppressed identities. Author Esther Perel explores the concept that individuals may seek extramarital affairs as a means of exploring aspects of their identity that remain unfulfilled within the confines of their primary relationship. For instance, she recounts the story of a woman in a seemingly satisfactory marriage and successful career who engaged in infidelity with a husband who embodied a markedly different lifestyle. Their encounters, often clandestine and adventurous, provided an outlet for the woman to express facets of herself that had been suppressed during her upbringing. Perel suggests that American society often imposes unrealistic expectations on romantic partnerships, expecting one's partner to fulfill every need and desire. Instead, she advocates for couples to recognize and accept the inherent limitations of their partners as fallible human beings. Rather than viewing perceived deficiencies in their partners as a sign of something lacking in the relationship, she encourages partners to confront their feelings and explore avenues for personal growth and fulfillment in healthy, mutually supportive ways. This entails acknowledging and embracing individual identities and interests, while fostering open communication and mutual understanding within the relationship. 10. Lack of healthy boundaries. Some individuals may lack awareness regarding the transition from platonic interactions to romantic dynamics. Alternatively, they might be cognizant of boundary crossings but believe they can push them as long as physical intimacy is not involved. Engaging in flirting can be enjoyable for many, hence its prevalence. However, what often occurs is that these boundaries are gradually pushed beyond limits, resulting in crossing the proverbial line. This tipping point may encompass verbal expressions of romantic interest, emotional entanglements, and, in some cases, even physical infidelity. In my professional experience, I've observed that individuals in this situation derive a sense of excitement from flirting with others while remaining committed to their monogamous relationships. They typically have no intention of leaving their current partners and may justify their actions as innocent, provided they do not breach physical boundaries. A significant aspect of my practice involves aiding men in comprehending the emotional pain and disrespect that their female partners experience due to flirting and emotional infidelity. Through this work, we aim to foster greater empathy and understanding within relationships, facilitating healing and growth. 11. People-pleasing tendencies. Individuals with people-pleasing tendencies typically harbor genuine intentions of fostering friendliness and ensuring the happiness of those around them. However, I've observed that these individuals often find themselves ensnared by others who exploit their accommodating nature. Driven by a desire to avoid disappointing others and a genuine inclination to assist, people-pleasers may inadvertently find themselves entangled in complex situations. For instance, they may encounter a friend experiencing low self-esteem or harboring romantic feelings towards them. In such cases, the people-pleaser may earnestly strive to uplift their friend's spirits without any intention of engaging in infidelity. In my experience, individuals characterized by people-pleasing traits tend to possess inherently kind and generous dispositions. However, when confronted with the prospect of navigating a romantic entanglement within a friendship, they often grapple with establishing clear boundaries for fear of causing harm or disappointment to their friend. Consequently, they may find themselves acquiescing to the romantic advances, inadvertently leading to emotional affairs in some instances. 12. Not thinking through consequences. These individuals often fail to consider the repercussions of their actions. For instance, there are those who genuinely wish to remain faithful but find themselves in compromising situations, such as becoming excessively intoxicated at a bachelor party, leading to regrettable outcomes. In my experience, I've encountered this scenario frequently among individuals who are less experienced in committed relationships. They are in the process of navigating the complexities of loyalty while also exploring the dynamics of interpersonal connections. At this stage, they may not fully grasp the boundaries and temptations that can lead to precarious situations. However, a more troubling scenario arises when individuals knowingly place themselves in environments where they are susceptible to temptation, despite being aware of the potential consequences. In these cases, they prioritize testing their personal limits over safeguarding their relationship, posing greater challenges in resolving the situation. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss any new videos. Let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments section down below and feel free to stay and enjoy it until the end. Also make sure to check out our next highlighted video and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.